Hey everyone. Okay, so I have been MIA because I have been extremely sick. So we're gonna finish up this lamp that we started working on a few weeks ago. I was supposed to come back and finish it that week with you, but it didn't work out. Today I'm gonna go ahead and try to accomplish some of it. I was like really tired. I'm tapping out so early lately, it's not funny. But I really want to get this done so that I can do, because I'm going to be putting it in the kitchen. So I want to get that video done. So this is a lamp. If you're unfamiliar with what I did, you could go back and look at the last two lives. Because the live kept cutting out. It was the first time that I tried to use my camera to go live. And it kept cutting out. So there's like two parts of that live. Okay, I don't know how long I'm going to stay on, but feel free to enter. Don't forget to like the live. It really, really helps. And yeah, it's been a real struggle to keep up with everything. So that would be a bonus for moi. Be a big bonus. Okay, so what I did was I got the blush. No, the Pink Parfait. I got Pink Parfait. I got all of these from Walmart, so they're very affordable. And then I did white paint. I don't know if you guys could see. White, I did khaki, and I did a little bit of brown. So my intent, if you guys remember, a while back in the fall, I did a vase. And I did it with like an RH inspired look kind of thing. So it's never going to be exact, but it's inspired. So that's what I'm going for here. So I thought, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought, let me try to see if I can accomplish this with this lamp, right? And make it kind of look a little bit high end. I don't want it too pinky. I just kind of like want an underglow of pink. I'm looking at my sponges here. I don't want to use anything too big. Okay, so I'm going to use like a really, not a super, kind of small sponge. Yeah, we'll use like this side. And I find that the key with this is to stipple. So I'm going to swirl the paint around a little bit. Since this is like not a video, it's kind of strange to do it like this. I'm going to stipple it with this for now. Let's see what I'm doing. And we're going to go all the way around. I'm eventually going to probably end up using my hand. But do you see that? I like that. I like the way how that's already coming out. You see? I'm going to go ahead and stipple it. I hope everybody's doing well. I kind of miss accomplishing my goal of trying to come live more often, and I will. I know when you come live, it's not very active until people get used to you kind of coming live. But hopefully that will happen sooner rather than later. So I love the color. I just put them like all together and I'm just stippling in any kind of random form. And then I think I'm going to go back once this is all done. I'm going to go back. Let me kind of turn it so you guys can see. I'll go back and then add the colors as I see fit while I'm doing this. I'm just going to make sure. Let me check to make sure. Oh, Adam, can you check to see if my live stream is actually working? Oh my gosh, when you're a newbie to kind of doing this, especially with a camera, it's so obvious when you're on the iPad or or your phone. But when you're a newbie to doing it this way, it's kind of hard. Is it working? And as you're coming in, whether you are live or watching the replay, I would really love it if you guys could give me a thumbs up. So coming live for you guys was like part of my recovery incentive. Because I've been feeling so exhausted and so tired. Just, if you know, like once you've been sick for a little while, it's almost like you're deconditioned. That's a normal thing that happens, right? So I'm on the upside, which is great, and I'm excited that I am feeling a little bit better. So I'm really trying to push myself, not like push to the point of exhaustion and overkill again, but push myself to kind of get things done, and a little at a time, because I'm one of those people that runs around like a crazy person all the time. So if I can get even a little bit of activity in, little by little, I will come back to my regular self. And welcome to the live. I appreciate you guys coming in. Don't forget to hit the like button. Okay, so it's very pale right now, and I can tell you I'm definitely going to be layering this. But the pink is kind of pretty, right? It's kind of peachy. It's peachy, a little bit blushy, a little bit taupey. I'm going to be adding a lot more, though. We're not going to stop right here. We're just going to use this as like, kind of like a base, I guess. So the next one, I guess I won't stipple as hard. So I pretty much like stippled over this whole entire thing off, which I don't know if that was my total intent. I think we're going to keep the bottom a little bit more basic, with a little bit more white peeking through. And if I need to go back in and add more white, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I think from my experience, the best way to work with this is honestly with your hands. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of brown. This is nutmeg brown that I'm using right here. And I'm going to go back in with a khaki. So my base is going to be like the nutmeg brown, khaki, the whites. I have a little bit of khaki from the time when I did the DIY. I think a few times. I did the pears and I did the khaki, and I might be adding a little bit of black. Let me add a little bit of pink back, just so I can. Let me come back a little bit with the pink, just a little drop. I might kind of add it in a little bit. Okay, I want this to feel kind of springy and very kind of feminine-y, if that makes sense. Feminine-ish. Don't be shy. I don't know if I'm actually going to be seeing your comments the way how I should. Don't be shy, and again, don't forget to like. Okay, so I did I think that's the most pink that I'm going with. Let me show you. I don't know if you guys could see. That's like probably the most pink. And I really don't want the pink to show through too much. I want it to be a very subtle show. At this point, I'm just going to use my hands, I think. It's going to be a subtle show, but I think maybe that's enough, right? Okay. So I find the best way to do this is kind of dab it up and then go with it. The thing about doing this live is there has to be a little bit of drying time in between. So it might take a few more lives for me to get this right. Like perfected the way how I want. I should probably have a fan here. You know, I'm thinking I probably should have like started doing a little bit of an Amazon haul or something while I'm doing this. Just to kind of take the drying time away. But while I let this dry a little bit, I think I'm going to use the, I'll do the base with a little bit of rub and buff. And I'm thinking, do I even have my rub and buff for this side? I actually like the way how this is coming out. Because I don't want to put too much pink. But I think where I put pink, I'm going to just add little bits of brown. And I think the next coat, I'll texture it a little bit with a little bit of baking soda. I don't want to make a promise as to when I'm going to come live, but I'm really going to try maybe tomorrow. I'm not promising anything, but it'll probably be a later live. It's actually better for me to do one earlier because I have more energy much earlier in the day as of lately than I do later on. Okay. So this is not gonna like look right, honestly, until we like go in with the baking soda. But so far I kind of like the way it's starting to look. Let me know what you guys are thinking. I have like all sorts of colors. And you know, I really think I'm gonna need to like get some more white in here and some more black. Okay, there's too much pink on the bottom now. Way too much. Yeah, way too much. And I thought I said I was going to stop with the pink. To the lower portions. I feel like doing these things, it's like foolproof. You really can't mess it up. And if you mess it up, you can always go back over and build on it, right? It already kind of looks very kind of textured. I forgot the baking soda. I don't know why I forgot the baking soda. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this and let it dry. Let's see, what time is it? Noah? Okay, we'll let this dry a little bit so you guys could get to see it a little bit better. Okay, so I think the next layers I'm gonna darken slightly and lighten slightly, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna add patches of some more tanny, browny, and maybe a little tap here and there of some black. But I'll let that dry for now. And the next ones we're going to definitely put baking soda on that coat. You know, maybe I could even wake up in the morning and start working on this a little bit. So I have my black that I'm going to go in with, and try to, like, if you're going to do something like this, try to make them matte. If they're not matte, it's not a big deal. If you're going to use the baking soda, it's going to make a whole lot of difference. Okay, so I have a bag here with all this stuff, and I don't have, like, how do I set up this whole thing? And I forgot, like, the most important thing, which would be my my rub and buff. Okay, so I decided that I'm going to do the rub and buff, but I think I'm going to paint this first before I actually do rub and buff. Oh God, stuff on my hands. I removed my nails because I was like, let me tell you, I have been playing with a whole lot of paint. If you guys have not watched the makeover of the loft, go watch it. I don't know what's going on with YouTube and views lately, but it's been weird. Like, it's like hit or miss, literally. I don't know. Like, they push some, they don't push some. I don't know what's going on. So, what's happening is I'm going to go ahead and put, what is this? This is chocolate. Should we do chocolato? Or should we do a nutmeg? I'm thinking to do chocolate. Melted chocolate and chocolate. Melted chocolate actually looks a lot darker. Maybe I should go with the melted chocolate. Okay, you know what? I think it's going to look a little more high-end if I just use like the plain old chocolate. That's the plain chocolate. Let me show you what melted chocolate looks like. And I hope you guys are seeing me because I've been having some issues with the focus. That's much darker, right? See? Difference? One is much darker. So I'm thinking that the lighter chocolate. I also have like a nutmeg. I don't think nutmeg is going to work that well. So I have this right here. And it screws. I'm going to use some melted chocolate in here. I was going to spray it over with white, and then I was like, you know what? We're just going to paint it by hand. So I'm looking for the cover. The cover's right in front of me. So let me put my gloves on. I've been battling with paint. You guys would have seen that. There's a few videos that I did, and it was terrible. My Hobby Lobby video. I had paint on my nails, and I was like, every time I picked up my hand, like I couldn't get the paint off. I washed, scrub. Because my nails were super short and I hadn't done them, it was a disaster. So, you know, trying to get paint from under short nails, it's like almost surgical. So I've been struggling with that a little bit lately. So if you remember, I already scuffed this up really good. This is going to take a few coats. It's not going to happen just like that. I scuffed this up really good so it could take the paint. And it doesn't have to be perfect. My goal here is to eventually get the rub and buff. I might even tap, just do tap kind of movement. I think if you stipple it, like tap, and then go over and do a nice like straight coat. I think, I'm not an expert in this area, but I think it might actually come out better that way. because this is a metal, so sometimes the paint, like, it's hard to stick. And I actually like the fact that this paint is almost very dry. I haven't wet my sponge or anything. It just makes me feel like it's going to dry better. I've situated the kids for bed already, but you know, kids never like to go to bed when they're supposed to. So you might hear some unauthorized noises in the background. And it's been a soccer evening over here. They've been watching the soccer matches. So there was a big disappointing loss. I guess Congo versus Jamaica. So everybody is bummed out about that loss. Everybody wanted Jamaica to go to the World Cup. So there it is. I'm gonna let that dry. For some reason, I thought this would move a little bit more expeditiously this evening, but not taking into consideration, my brain is a little bit slow right now. Not taking into consideration, this stuff has to dry. So it is what it is. Okay. I need some baking soda. I might have to walk away. It's funny because I'm looking here because I can see the live from my computer screen, and I have a little pimple patch on, and I keep thinking it's a piece of paint. Okay, a little dot of paint. So let me go and grab a little bit of baking soda. I don't want to keep you guys like away from me for too long. But let me go grab a little bit of baking soda and whatever else I need. And I'm going to start stippling this with some baking soda. I really technically should let it dry a little longer. But we'll do the baking soda coat. We'll see where this base is at. And I'm looking at it and I don't know. I don't know. Because I'm trying to envision the lamp on top of the base. You guys can kind of see it here. Let me kind of push this up. I don't want to touch that a little bit. Do you see? So I'm trying to envision this on this with a little bit of antique rub and buff. I have a little bit of cover from the pink. I don't want to cross-contaminate. Okay. Let me go and get the baking soda so that we can do the baking soda portion. I'll be right back. What is going on in my house? You guys need to go to bed. Bets. Jonah, you guys need to go to bed. Noah? Oh, you brought the clothes over here. I apologize. Oh boy. Okay. So, I think the last time I spoke to you guys, I wasn't feeling too hot either. But I worsened. So, anyways, thank God I'm feeling a little bit better. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle just a little bit right there. Yeah, I'm not exactly myself right now, if you guys are wondering. I don't know, maybe I look like I am myself, I don't know. Sometimes you think that you're not yourself, and then people are looking at you like, you look fine. You're fine. And you're like, I don't feel fine. Everybody is so shy. I see you guys coming in, but nobody's speaking to me. What is up with that? Ooh, we made a mess. Say hi. I won't bite. Okay. So, ooh, a little bit too much there. Okay, so what are we doing? We're going to do, I did a very dark, okay, so we're going to do a little bit of black. Let's go with a little bit of black. A little bit of black. Don't forget to leave your like, please. Okay. When you guys like the videos, it helps YouTube to push it out for discoverability. So it's very helpful. Okay, so I have a little tip of black paint. And yes, I'm gonna go in with it. I'm just gonna, yeah, I think, ooh, we made it too dark. But I'm telling you, you can't mess this thing up. Okay, we don't need any more black paint here. It's looking crazy. It's gonna go somewhere. Believe that. Because we're not gonna stop until it goes somewhere. Okay, so we still have a little bit of the white. Here. We're not trying to make this a dark thing. Okay. We're going to go back in with a little bit of pink because we don't want to make this thing too dark. I think what I'll do is I'll work on the bottom. Work on doing the bottom. And then we'll go from there. Oh, that khaki is just too khaki. I'm starting to get a little worried, but not really. I'm starting to get slightly worried, but not really. The not really part comes from the fact that I know this is all fixable. So yeah, just keep going until you get it right. So we just poured a whole bunch of brown in there. Okay. We did that. Okay. Okay. But you know what? It's going to give it character. It's okay. No one else is going to have a look like this. Okay. So now I know to scale back on the dark colors because we got a nice dark base in here. It's not that I don't like it. It's just that it's not what I'm trying to accomplish in the moment. And the best part about a DIY like this, so we are going to tap you up with a little khaki. Yes, we are. A little bit of khaki. I need one of those painter smokes so I can feel official. Plus, I'm trying not to make my clothes a mess every time I do something like this. Okay, so the khaki just toned it down a whole lot. Stippling is your best friend when it comes to this. Okay, now we're gonna go back in with the blush because I'm still trying to make this kind of blushy a little bit. I just don't want it to be too blushy. So this is where I'm gonna use my paper towel. Ooh, and I like the way how it's starting to look actually, like that. Another thing with doing this is to use different materials, right? It's just like a piece of paint. Okay, I'm gonna lighten it a little bit. I think I have a pink in there. Yeah. This one is, yeah, it's a matte finish. So I have to make sure it was matte, but when you're using when you're actually using the baking soda, it really doesn't matter as much whether it's matte or not. Now this is what I call my herd stick. Jonah, what did I tell you to do? No, you gotta go upstairs. Upstairs, it's bedtime. And that's what you're gonna do. Does anybody remember when they used to get told to go to bed and you never wanted to go to bed? Yeah, that would be my children. And just keep in mind, while you are doing this, sometimes you may have to like do this over a few days, a few hours, whatever your time constraints are, because it might not go exactly the way you want it to go. And like I said, I didn't want to put any black in here, and here I am with the black. So you just have to kind of keep working it until you get it just right. I think the black is fine. I'm almost thinking to do a little bit of a gray in some instances. Oh, I like this. So I'm getting a look right here that I really like. Should be the stippling of the pink in there. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Do you see? I don't know if you can see. And this was already kind of like a textured piece. So don't forget to get your like creases. This is how you're going to get that stone look, right? Making it very much imperfect, kind of smearing the colors out, stippling it real hard. Keep going over and over and over until you get the perfect look. So if you've just come on, we're working with, I'm trying to achieve like, kind of like an RH rendition on this piece. Now, RH doesn't really use pink or anything like that. It uses neutral colors. So what we're going to use is we're going to use the neutral colors along with a little bit of pink. And we're doing pink parfait. I did have another type of pink, like more of a blush, but I thought I would still be able to. I had so much pink parfait that I said to myself, I'm going to make it work. So at this point, it's almost like putting your makeup on, and it's like putting the blush over a darker skin tone. That's how I'm going to describe this. And it's really pretty, actually. Oh my gosh. I don't know if the camera does it justice. I have no clue. But it's actually looking very nice. And I don't want it too, like, I definitely don't want it too pink. Right? I don't want it too pink. I definitely don't want it too dark. Not too light. I just kind of want it somewhere in the middle. I think I'm going to go in with a little more mocha. This side doesn't. And the mocha almost does like, you know how you would do like a, like if you're doing your makeup, if you guys know anything about doing makeup, when you would do like maybe a pressed powder over your foundation, it's almost like, it's like setting the mix together. I'm going to do a little bit of black here, because I think it's a little bit too, like I said, I don't want it too light, but I don't want it too dark either. person, I honestly love the way that undertone of the parfait is working. It literally is looking like blush underneath makeup. Ooh, my hand is hurting. I just want to say that. Oh gosh, this is not a normal day for me, so of course my hand is gonna hurt. My strength is down the drain. Maybe I should turn it upside down too. You know what? I love the way how the colors are coming through. Yeah, turning it upside down is helpful because you get to see it from another angle and work from another vantage point. So I just put I didn't really mix in the baking soda. I just kind of put it as a powder, like on my palette, my makeshift palette over here. And then I just kind of pick it up as I go. And I do this thing where I kind of blend it. I remember doing that with the vase. I kind of blend it a little bit. It's almost like when you do your makeup and you take the brush and you kind of do a one overall blend. Yeah. So I'm going to kind of lighten it too. And you literally can do that. Like take your brush and kind of give it a one overall blend. For some reason, I just don't feel like using the brushes right now. Okay, I think I need to fine tune it a little bit more. It's looking, I don't know that it's exactly where I want it to be yet. And I'm trying to think what I want to do. Maybe a little bit more mocha. Not mocha. I keep calling it mocha. Oh, I do have mocha here. Maybe I need to add some mocha since I'm calling out mocha. Maybe we need to add a little bit of mocha. It was khaki that I was working with. So we added a new color to the mix. A little bit of mocha. You know, I think I'm going to end up making this a little bit dark. I think I am. No. Okay. There's gonna have to come a stopping point at some point, but this is not. Because if you keep going, you might really mess it up. You can't really mess it up because you can always go back over it, right? Okay, it's looking messy right now. So, and I did experience this with the vase that I currently have in my kitchen. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna freak out about it. Huh? I don't. Did you say something to me? Yeah. So much fun. How is everybody's night going? I'm trying to get right into this thing. Okay, there's gonna be no more work because I see what my issues are. And I almost feel like I need to put some gray. I think I said that earlier. This is the part where I start squinting a lot. I'm going to mix a little bit of the khaki. No. Since, let me see. I want to darken this lighter color down. Nutmeg. Put a little drop of nutmeg in there. I started off with a little bit of nutmeg in the main base, but I didn't go back to it, so. Okay. Okay. I keep thinking I'm gonna stop and I'm not stopping. Sometimes you really have to let like some of this set. Yeah. I think that's it. Maybe my top coat with a more coffee color. I dragged it all. Still going. I'm back. So, what happened to me the last time when I kept losing my live stream, I clicked the wrong stuff. So this time, I was like, we're not doing that again. We learned from our mistakes. So we got it back. Am I back for real? Huh? Okay. Ooh. Are we looking stony? I know anything like RHE tends to have like much darker colors. You know what? This one is the chocolate, right? This one's the chocolate, but we want to do, this one was the melted chocolate, which one was darker? This was darker. That's what I want to say. So we're going to do some melted chocolate. Okay. I see the direction, I think. So this is going to have to turn. Oh my gosh. Okay, no dragging. No dragging, just stippling. So dragging is giving like a chip look. Chips paint look. Part of it is because obviously when you don't let your paint dry all the way, that's the look you're gonna get, right? So this doesn't look like anything yet. But I promise you, by the time we are done, this is probably going to look like something. So just bear with me through the process and look out for the rest of these lives. Even on the replay, that's fine. I'm gonna have to look at this a little bit more, let it dry in the morning, kind of assess it to see if this is what it is that I need, or if we're going to, I know it doesn't look blushy, but there's blush in there. And that's the whole purpose. Like, there's a little bit of blush in there. I'm saying blush, but we're using like a kind of like a blush overlay. The base is blush in a sense. Okay, let me turn it upside down. See if I see something different. I said I wasn't going to go in any more black, but I almost want to do some speckles and speckles of black. Very faint. Or maybe there's enough in there. Yeah, actually I think there's enough in there. So that's what we have so far. This thing needs more time to dry, but that's what we have. It doesn't look like much now, but it will. I promise you we're going to turn this into something. The little bit of gray that I have, it's elephant gray. Let me put it on. Let me put it in this little side right here. And I'm going to hit it with a little elephant gray. So I'm not going to make it too much, right? it. No more elephant gray for you. I might have to go over the elephant gray a little bit. A little bit of the brown. Or else it's not gonna look right. So I just randomly put elephant gray in there. And yeah, it's not. So I'm just going over it with the baking soda. I'm quiet today. I'm quiet today. I really just wanted to try to, this is actually therapeutic, I guess, in some ways. Because I just wanted to try to get back into normal routine. Okay. Okay. I'm looking at it and trying to assess. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it looks like stone? Do you think it looks like stone? Is it giving stone? It has a little touch of a pink undertone. Okay, let me see how wet this is. And then we can maybe... Let me see what the rub and buff is going to look like on this. Let me let that dry out a little bit more. Let's see what it's going to look like. So rub and buff is a thing. It's kind of like textured right now because I stippled it. Where did I put this thing? I'm on lab and I can't find my things. What's going on? Where did I put it? I'm pretty sure I brought it up there. I don't think I thought I had the rubber buff too with me. I took it out. Where did I put it? Did it fall on the floor? Maybe I didn't pick it up. Okay, let's take off the glasses. The gloves. Something like that. Adam, I took the rubber buff and I put it somewhere. Oh, maybe it's in this one back here. Oh, I didn't bring it over. Ooh. What? Adam, could you get this for me? This is a disaster. They dropped something on the floor. Please. Oh, I'm over here stepping on avocados. I know it's good for your skin, but not like that. So I did bring it out. I just didn't bring it all the way out. I left it with the rest of the stuff that I had. Oh, thank you. Ooh. Now you can't shake this, so it is what it is. Okay. So I just put a little bit of the rub and buff there to see what it's gonna look like. It's a texture. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat or in the comment. Do you guys think this is gonna take a lot more? You don't really need to use a lot of this, really. You just need a little bit. So I might be overdoing it. I do that sometimes. You don't need a lot, and I probably did too much. You only need a little bit, because a little bit goes a long way. But again, I feel like you can't really mess this thing up. So I'm going with the antique gold, and I felt like that was the best option. Do you see what it looks like? So I might still go over with a little bit of a coat again, and more rub and buff, because I'm seeing areas where the paint isn't staying all the way on. And rub and buff really needs something to stick to, right? The more you buff it, the more it shines. Hence the name rub and buff. Okay. So I'm gonna go over a little bit more with some paint. I'm going to do a little bit more melted chocolate. I think this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to go over with the paint in like kind of the straighter pattern instead of the stipple, so it would look more like metal. And I think this was actually the melted chocolate was the perfect color to work this out with. I want to try something on this side. I feel like there's just way too much character for me. Listen, if you take this task on, just be patient until you get it right. So you can make it look the way you want it to look. Lots of patience. Perfect. I think I got it. I'm laughing at myself because I'm like, here I go back again, trying to mess it up. So I got it to where I needed it to be. I don't know what the, like rubbing it with the baking soda really does. I don't know, it like defines it. Makes it better somehow. I don't know. It's almost like putting setting powder on it and it blends better. Okay. There we are, I think. Oh, I didn't want any of the powder on here. There's a little powder on here. No, we don't want that. You know, it probably doesn't hurt to have some on there, but I don't think that that's what we want. Okay. So, this is what we got. I want to say let it set a little bit, but I'm trying to finish this up. So, what is the proper way to open this up? Maybe with some scissors. I think I'm satisfied. Does it look like stone? What do you guys think? Does it look stony? Does it look like stone? So this came out of this contraption right here. And should I put the whole thing together? Or we'll get a sense of what it might look like. Maybe we can put the whole thing together tonight. I'll just get this thing done and over with. Okay. So okay, so there's more to the story here. Let's see. I don't remember because it's been a little while exactly what happened, how we did this whole thing. Oh, I forgot about this piece. Okay, let's look. Can this piece, can that be brass and that be silver? Like, is this a thing? Or should I be like painting this? Yeah. Okay, I think if I don't paint this, it's not gonna look right. Right? So we need to get some of the melted chocolate. And we need to paint this. Try not to paint my hands again. So I'm gonna put the melted chocolate in here. And I think I'm just gonna roll this up and down inside the plate because I just can't right now. So I'm just put this in a plate. We're stippling again. We're rolling in the mud. Okay. Yeah, I just don't want to get messy again. Oh my gosh, I wish I realized this and did it earlier when I was doing the other part. Okay, well, you are done. And I think we can go back to this. It has had enough drying time. This, you know what? I think I'm gonna really like this. I know to some of you it may look like nothing, but I think I'm gonna like that portion a lot because I could already see what was happening, and it kind of sucks that you can't shake the rub and buff up and down. I guess you can kind of squeeze it up and down. Is that a thing? Okay, so just a little tip, because I think the last time I put way too much. What are we going to use for the rub and buff? Did we use this? I think we used this. Okay, so do you see that little bit that I used? Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Oh, and that's going to do everything. Honestly, the top here doesn't really matter. It's really the sides. It's whatever I do or don't do at the sides. And I don't need it to be perfect. So do you see how it came out? That's how it's going to look. And then, I should probably get this stuff off my fingers. I don't think it's going to transfer though. Are you planning to transfer? I hope not. I don't think it's going to. So, the whole look is going to be like, it's going to look like this. I want to kind of put it together. It's going to give antique. On the first live, we already did the shade. So it's obviously going to be a white shade. So, well, not obviously, but it's going to be a white shade. Yeah, I think that will work. This ended up much darker than I anticipated. Much darker than what I originally had in my mind to do. But it's okay. I think it's probably safer to go this route. Now, this is... I kind of have to wait for this thing to dry. And is it even close to drying? Probably not. So while I wait for this to dry, how have you guys been doing? What did you do this weekend? How has the weather been where you are? What state are you watching from? What country are you watching from? What planet are you watching from? I'm being silly. The weather has been very topsy-turvy here. It's cold, it's hot, it's cold, it's hot. It looks like it's moving into the upward zone of hot now. I think it went to a high of 80 degrees today, which God only knows I need so bad because I cannot do the cold at all. I definitely have a condition that favors warm weather versus hot weather. And so, yeah, I'm not a fan. Let's see if we can put a little rub and buff. You only need a little bit. This literally will last forever. You can get these on Amazon and a lot of times in multiple tubes. You will never, well, you could actually get multiple tubes, which gives you like a variant of, this is very, yeah, this is probably way too much. Oh, but you know what? We can stipple the bottom of this. Actually, it looks good doing it like this, the way how I'm doing it. So I'll take from here, I'll put it here. So if you ever have like metals, shiny metals, the only way to really make it work well is to put, like scuff it up and then put a base paint on it. Or else you may not get the result that you're looking for. Especially if you're looking for more of like an antique-y worn finish. And I love it because the rub and buff doesn't take time. Like it's not something that stays wet. It doesn't take time to dry at all. I might have messed it up right here. You want to stay like, don't go too hard. Because if you press too hard, you're going to remove the finish. And then I'm probably going to have to go back and put more on. but I kind of want it to look antique, right? I wonder if I put, this is like a random experiment. I wonder if I put baking soda on it. Like, one, the baking soda helps everything to set a little bit better. And I'm just wondering if it'll give. Okay, it works. I was trying to like make it dry a little faster. And I do want it to look antique-y, so it doesn't need to be perfect. It can look a little rusty, crusty. Okay. So clearly we're doing like the modern organic kinds of, you know, that RH look of, what is that one called? Mid-century. Yes. Okay. So we're going to drop you in here. Oh my gosh, it looks like we're going to be done today. So yes, I dismantled the whole entire thing. Now, I don't remember what happens after this. What happens after this? I really need Nick. But Nick is doing an assignment right now, so he can't help me because he has something to do. So, I have to figure this out on my own. Now, I think... Okay, so this was a cord that went through this way. There were some screws. Screws are back here. I might have put this together all wrong, but I will share the update with you guys later once I figure it all out. This might have to go up top. Yeah, I feel like this goes up top. Maybe 2 up top, yeah. And then this might be the one that goes here. And then another screw goes under here. So I have to dismount this again. And I love the way how that sleeve right there that I just took off, it came out looking very rustic. Very rustic. I don't think this is the right way. No, that doesn't look right. Does it? Maybe. We're going to figure it out together. Okay. It's okay to mix the metals, I think. Yeah, it's fine. I don't know if that's the way how it goes. But if not, I'll have Sir help me. Is somebody at the front door? Huh? No. Oh, I thought I heard the front door. Ooh, I think I forgot one. I forgot one. I'll take it out again. Yeah, this one might go. Excuse me if I'm forgetting where the camera is located. I don't want this thing to fall and break. Do I hear a child? that is awake still? Do I hear a child that is awake? Does that look right? No. It's not right about that. We're only painting the cord. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we'll turn you the other way. I think maybe that's right. Right? One at the top, one at the bottom. I'm just stringing it all in. And so you can't see me on the camera. That's a workout. Okay. Just that. Jonah, why are you not in bed? Why are you wandering? Yeah, you're not where you're supposed to be. Excuse me? Oh, there we go. So, I'm not really sure what to do here. I'm probably just going to cut it. And I'm just realizing something. Oh, because, okay, so this doesn't have a switch. And that's what I was just realizing. It doesn't have a switch because it was one of those roller pieces on the cord. So for now, I'm just going to keep this roller piece out. And I have some bulbs that I'm going to put on, but I'm not going to put the bulbs on yet. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to just put the lamp casing on, and then in my Decorate With Me video, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what it looks like lit. So if you want to see what it looks like lit, you're going to have to come back to see what it looks like lit. And I'm not sure. I might go back over and kind of fine-tune the look a little bit. I'm not sure if I like it. I'll know tomorrow morning if I like it or not. Ooh, I have another problem. I see what the problem is. Okay. So this rod was supposed to go through here and then feed through the lamp. But we didn't do that. We kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like, right? So I'm going to have to do this, undo this again. And we can just imagine. This is taking longer than I anticipated. Oh, I have some rough squirts over here. How much of this stuff got on my shirt? Okay, so. We're pulling all this off. I think the lamp goes on. So maybe this goes on first. Then the lampshade. So this is like real, I feel like this is really old school. I don't feel like it. This is really old school. And this is a shade that I kind of painted over. It doesn't look the worst, right? I think we can work with that. I think that's how we did it, or want it. And then this goes next. I think. It seems about right. It would be just like me to get pinched. I probably shouldn't say that. I got pinched. Okay, there we go. There might be something wrong here, and I'm going to have Nick look at it a little bit later when he's done whatever he's doing. But you guys get the gist. This is the way how the lamp is supposed to look. And so when we do the decorate with me, I'm going to do another spring decorate with me on the island that I'm working on right now. So this is the gist of what I was doing. And it should be put together the right way. I wish Nick was available so I could finish it off. But the point is, I'm doing like an RH inspired look. And of course, it's not going to look like this lopsided when I do the decorate with me, but I wanted that rustic look. So we made this part of the lamp look rustic. We gave it a stone look. It's hard to see, but it does have like an underline of a little bit of the blushy pinky. And then we did the brass look for the bottom. So there it is. A little bit lopsided, but it's okay. We are going to fix it. Anyways, I am so appreciative that you guys came to spend some time with me, whether you're watching it live or the replay. I know the chat has not been super active, but it's fine. We all have to start somewhere, and this is where I'm starting. And I do want to come live more often. If for some reason I'm not coming live, something's going on. So just bear with me. And hopefully I'll get these lives into a momentum. I have so many more like DIY paint jobs that I want to do. And I would like to do them live so that you guys can see how you can actually save your money in your pocket. Use things that you already have, things from a family member that they don't want anymore. You want to upscale it, upgrade it, I should say, and fit it into your home to make it give that look that you're looking for. I love various looks. I like a little bit of everything and a little bit modern. Oh, I love modern organic. Let me just say that first. And then I do love a little bit of farmhouse, a little bit of modern. So I like a little bit of mix of everything. So that is kind of the look. It's not completely done, but like I said, I'm going to do a video and you guys will see the completed look in the video. And if you guys have not seen the loft videos, go back and look. The loft came out perfecto, and I can't wait to decorate that one. So that video will be coming very shortly, I hope. I don't want to like put my stamp of approval on anything in terms of time, but it's coming. I promise you that you will see the loft redecorated. Okay. And that one took me quite a while because, of course, I wasn't feeling well. So it was a very slow process. But the point is, like, so why I did that video was to not only show myself that you can take spaces in your home and totally refinish them, redo them, make them look brand new, kind of update them, give it a whole new feel with very little money. We did not spend a whole lot to do that loft over, but it looks like we put a little bit in. It was just more of the time, the effort, and sometimes a little bit of frustration, but it was okay. We figured it out. Same with anything else that we do on this channel. We really want to help you guys save your money, keep it in your pocket so that you can spend it on more valuable things, right? Like spending time with your family, doing fun things with your family where it counts, right? We don't want to spend on these materialistic things that are only going to be for a moment in time if we don't have to, unless we absolutely want to. We absolutely love it. We work hard. And we can spend our money however we want, but we want to do it with wisdom. All right, so that's it. Thank you guys. It's very late. It's 11:15. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys if anybody's still on. And I will see you guys later. We love you guys. Bye. And stay safe.